Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Today's Tuesday, our regularly scheduled programming. I'm actually going to be trying to only stream again back to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays because I get a little excited whenever I try out a new game and I end up streaming extra days. It's a little bit taxing on me, so it's like, you know, this game is so easy to like just play for like 4 hours, and it's like kind of drains me. I don't know if it's the end of the world. I think it's good. I've been trying to keep track of you know, my activities and trying to keep positive and not judge things, and like taking the action of doing a live stream you know, for like an early release game. I could easily spin that on a resume as volunteer playtesting, which is exactly what it is, by the way. It's not even like a lie. When you stream and provide direct feedback for a game, especially an early release, you are literally providing playtesting. You are literally volunteering. That's like a really important thing to do. I'm contributing to the community, so it's like, it's super, I'm trying to, like, the fact that I feel like I'm like gaslighting myself when I'm saying this is kind of part of the problem. The reason why, like, the fact that I'm like, even like as I'm saying it, I feel like it's bullshit. I need to delete that from my attitude. Like I need to completely delete that mindset from my life, because I don't know where that came from. But like, there are so many positive things about like actions that we take, and if we look at like AI helps, because AI doesn't have the emotions that humans have, and so like when you like gather data and like have the AI analyze it and like help you work through these things, like it really puts like, hey, like when you go outside you know, for a short walk, that is not a failure. That is like an actual positive activity towards your health. Like, you know, I have like an exercise I do with the basketball. Like I toss it outside in the air. Like every time I do that, that's positive, you know, reinforcement of living a more healthy lifestyle. Every single time you do something, it's better to think of it as an action rather than as a result. Because if you always think about like, oh, why? Because here's the thing, is what was happening in my mind, you know, from a lifetime of people burning it into my mind that I need to get results or the actions don't matter, is then you end up not doing anything. Because the ultimate resolution is like, oh, well, this doesn't provide any direct, immediate value for me, so why even do it? But then what happens is you never get anything done in your life. You never actually like make any progress. What happens is you're always thinking about the results, but the results won't come if you don't do the actions. And if you don't, and if the actions don't provide direct results, then you're never going to do the actions. And that's stupid. Like, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. You don't become like a, you know, an expert at something overnight. Like, I don't know where the hell I got this attitude, but it was burned into me as a child, like from like many directions around me, of people just saying, oh, well, it's not worth your time unless it gives you direct results. I don't know what the hell that attitude came from. And I'm really enjoying, you know, playing this game, because it's like, it is pure like dopamine. Okay, I mean, it's a video game, it's addicting, it's very satisfying to play. However, it's also reinforcing a lot of the like, hey, like if you just kind of make little tweaks in your strategies, you can make better results. and like, you know, stuff like I'm like in real time, I am getting results because I've changed what my idea of like what is considered positive movement. Instead of thinking like, oh, it's only positive movement if you make like $1,000 a day, or you know, it's not a real grind set unless you're making $1,000 a day and you're never sleeping. You sleep for 2 hours a day, and you're making $1,000 a day, or you're a failure. That's bullshit. It's bullshit. And ironically, like that never helps anybody. It makes them quit, or it makes them like burn out or fail, or any kind of number of things. And it's like what happens is like the more you like focus on actions rather than results, like you ironically will start getting results. Like that's what happened with me. Like, hey, like I'm a living example. Like you know, the surgeries I got didn't just happen. And I need to constantly remind myself of that, because I keep falling back into this mindset that I'm a failure. And it's like stupid, just because I don't have direct results of like money in my bank account or something like that. Like, dude, like all you have to do is like eventually that money will start coming in, and then I'll have no excuse, you know, for why I have like toxic mindsets. And so I may as well address those now. I don't have to wait until I'm like, you know, have money in my bank account to like start working on that. And I think like ironically, like the more you fuss over like bullshit like that, the less likely you are to succeed at something. So yeah, I mean, I thought I had Steam open. Oh well. I don't need to have it open. I can just... I don't know where I get that. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. What's up, KG? Yeah, this like, if it doesn't have direct results, it's a waste of time. Yeah, because it's like, yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're working, because, okay, so this is the difference between people who have kids and people who don't have kids. People who have kids assume that every single person in the world also has kids. They're the most entitled people on the planet. They think that their version of reality is the universal reality, and that because you don't have kids, you're selfish. They think that having kids is the default. But here's the thing, when you have kids, you're sacrificing so much. Like, you're sacrificing your ability to even, like, think about, like, you know, private investments into your life. Because you've sacrificed that, and that's part of it. You've sacrificed something so that you could have something else, which to them is more meaningful, is to bring a new life into this planet and to nurture that life. Although a lot of people don't, you know, they bring a new life into the planet and then they fail to nurture that life, and that's because of poverty. And so what happens is they're working like 2 or 3 jobs, they're never present in their kids' lives, and then they wonder what goes wrong. Well, like, what went wrong? What went wrong? I didn't know. I didn't teach you to do that. It's like, well, because you can't teach someone to be you. You know, you wouldn't want that. Like, they're not copies of you. They're new people. But that's a whole other story. But there's this idea that if you're working constantly because you have kids to feed, and it's like, oh, but you know, why are you wasting time doing that thing that doesn't earn money? When you have kids, you're gonna be thankful I taught you that you need to go work a job you hate for 12 hours a day, because you work for 8 hours plus 4 hours that you're not even getting paid for, because your boss is abusing you and basically just bending you over backwards. You know, like there's this idea that like, oh, like because I work so hard and when I see other people doing things that aren't making direct results, you know, someone pursuing something that they're really like passionate about and are talented at and are, you know, but it's like a risky job decision. You know, like anytime someone does that, people are like, oh, that's a waste of time. You're going to waste your life. It's like, okay, well, it sounds like you wasted your life and you hate it and you want to take it out on me. I chose not to have kids. Like, just because I don't, like, are you gonna like treat me like I'm some kind of like loser just because I have free time? And I don't have free time. It's not free time. It's time that I'm using, and sometimes that time is delegated towards rest. Sometimes that, which is very important. If you don't rest, you're gonna fall apart. You need to recover. Some of that time is dedicated towards like deliberate practice towards a skill. Some of that time is towards like, you know, employment. So, you know, there's so many different factors, and it's like these people that it's like you can never get it through to them. They're so stuck in the fact that everybody has to have kids as soon as they turn 18, and you have to get married and have a white picket fence because that's the American dream. The American dream never existed. It was real. I mean, it was never real. You were lied to. The only people who can pull that off are like the most like the most insufferable people on the fucking planet. People who are stuck in those like weird communities where everybody basically like puts on a fake ass plastered smile every single time they talk to someone, but they absolutely hate that person. Those are the kind of people who have that kind of life. And it's like really, like, you know, why don't you just work with reality? And we live in a very different reality than like, you know, my parents grew up in. They got kind of lucky with the ability to like go to college and get like a nice job and actually kind of be able to pursue that kind of family life. It's not really true anymore. You can't do that anymore. If you do that, you will never escape poverty. If you have kids, if you're not making like at least $100,000 a year, and that's for kids, that's like still like kind of low. If you're not making at least $100,000 a year, you should not have kids in today's world. Yeah, parents want us to do anything, but they're also jealous of the freedom they gave us. Oh yeah. When they're little babies and they're nice and cute, everybody loves their babies. But then when they start like, you know, teething and then, you know, all that, they're like, oh, they're so annoying, but you know, we love them. And then when they start becoming teenagers and they start like telling them to fuck off and they start, you know, asserting their independence, suddenly now they're delinquents. And it's like, dude, like they're adults. They're like young adults and they have a lot to learn, but like they're independent people. They're not you. They're not your property. And it's like, ironically, it's people like me who have the mentality to be able to like be mature enough to have kids, but I'm smart enough to know not to have kids. And so it's just like this whole thing. Yeah, I mean, it was just a commercial. The people who bought into the American dream, they basically watched an infomercial. And they got excited and they made a phone call. And they bought it for $29.99.99, 5 easy payments. I don't know. It's just so ridiculous. I don't know how I'm gonna, like, you know, bounce back from all the bad advice I took growing up from every single adult in my life. Advice that didn't get me anywhere. All the advice that is helping me out. Oops. I accidentally grabbed something else. I meant. Hopefully it was Treasure Hunter. Oh well. Wait, did I pick? I guess we're playing. Oathkeeper. I was trying to play Acolyte. Oh well. Yeah, here's the thing is like when people, I think a lot of the older people are kind of like figuring it out now and they're just kind of giving up. But at the same time, like, wait, I'm a barbarian? Wait, what the hell is going on? I'm a barbarian using an Oathbringer? What is going on? What the hell? What the hell did I click? What? Okay. I thought I was playing Oathkeeper. I guess I'm playing a barbarian. I just picked the wrong weapon, I think. I actually thought I picked an acolyte. This is what life does to you sometimes. You know, it throws you these like weird twists and turns. I don't even know what loadout I picked. Capitalism will do that to you. Yeah, exactly. This is exactly, you know, maybe I did it on purpose. The universe is trying to speak to me, okay? The universe is trying to speak to me. This is what life does to you. It just picks a random class with a random loadout with a random weapon, and you don't even know what's going on. And by the time you figure it out, it's too late. And you have to just make do with whatever the fuck you got. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You know, like, when you have to rely on, like, gaming mechanics in your life, like luck, like, I feel like if you just build your life, like, you just put enough... I think people really underestimate luck. Like, I think people, like, think that luck doesn't matter. Like, they think that, like, luck doesn't exist. And it does exist, and if you just keep taking actions, eventually luck will turn your way. And it's just like, people are just like, oh, but you know, like, oh, I mean, yeah, buying a lottery ticket is stupid, but like, you know, going for like a nice jog is not, you know, that's not really luck, but it kind of is, because the more often you are taking care of your body, the more likely people are going to notice, which means you might even get like, you know, more like social opportunities. Like, people don't really think about stuff like that. Like, people don't really think about, like, hey, like, these little things that add up over time. Like, eventually, you can actually factor in luck to your life. Just like in this video game, like, hey, like, if I factor in that I'm gonna pick up nice armor, if I factor in that I'm gonna get good rolls on, like, on armor and stuff like that, like, if you factor that in, like, it is a real factor. Like, there's a very certain percentage that something will drop. If you do it enough times, it will drop. You can't guarantee it'll drop, but, like, eventually it will drop. And it's just like, you know, with real life, it's like, it's a little scarier, but what's the alternative? The alternative is, like, knowing for sure that you're gonna fail. Knowing for sure that you're gonna be miserable. Knowing for sure that nothing is gonna work out because you never tried. And I just think that, like, you know, the more people realize, like, hey, if you just, like, take the right actions, and I've noticed this in myself, like it's not even, like, you know, people think only about success as financial success, and it's like, well, you don't get financial success, especially real success in this world, unless you have success in multiple areas. You can't just be good at, like, you know, climbing the corporate ladder, because all it takes is one boss that doesn't like you. You can't be good at being extremely skilled, because all it takes is somebody who's better at climbing the corporate ladder to supersede you. You know, like there's so many different factors that go into life and nobody knows all the answers. So it's like, why don't you just take actions that give you like advantages and then just keep showing up? And people say, oh, but doing the same thing over and over, that's insanity. And it's like, well, it would be true if it were the same thing, but it's not. Every single time you show up to the table, you have a different deck of cards. Every time you show up to, see, now I'm getting a shield charge. Every single time you show up to the table, you're getting completely new information and just new everything. And like, people really don't like always people don't always like respect that part of it. Infinite growth is an illusion. Yeah, because they always say like, oh, you want to climb the corporate ladder. You want to climb up and be successful and be the boss. It's like, well, how come the guy who just got the job, who's been working there for 20 years, he hasn't, you know, like there's someone who's like been working in the same job position for 20 years, but is extremely happy, like has a nice family, has like a meaningful personal life. Like, nobody ever really talks about that. You know, that's always like, you need to be the manager. You need to be the manager's manager. You need to be the manager of the manager's manager. And it's like, dude, like, what about, you know, whatever works for that individual? And this is also like what a lot of the times, like with a lot of the choices, you know, like I'm making for my career, people get really weird about anything involving like sexual content, and anytime anybody I talk to, well, not anybody, but like sometimes I get the vibe, I don't even know if it's true or if I'm just imagining it, but I do get the vibe that people are trying to convince me to quit because they have preconceived notions over whether or not I actually want to do it. And I really think that's so annoying. When somebody is just so disrespectful to like who you are, that they don't even like respect that like your choices are deliberately made, and that's like so disrespectful. Like, I don't think it's intentional, but like people can be so disrespectful. They're like, oh no, like, you know, are you sure you really want to do that? Like, I've met somebody once who was like, you know, I didn't know anything about this person, but this person was a sex worker, and so that means that everything about them was because they were a sex worker. It's like, okay, well, you know, you don't know that person at all, and also you don't know what other factors contribute to whatever negative opinion you have about that person. Yeah, convert this to lunar damage. I mean, if you can also have infinite growth, but then it's a tumor. You know, like growth isn't always good. Like sometimes you just want to like kind of find, yeah, I like the idea of an equilibrium, KG, like why not just find a balance for yourself that like works really well for you? And for someone else it might be absolutely like a nightmare, but for someone like me it's like a dream. Like how can anybody know that? You know, they only know their own equilibrium. Yeah, there's also a lot of stigma against sex work, yeah. Automatically undignified. Yeah, it's religion, but it's also not that. It's like, it's media. And it's also, yeah, like a lot of the times, yes, there are like negative, dark parts of sex work, and usually it involves drugs. And then it has nothing to do with sex work. That's just a drug thing. Like if you're doing like meth, like it's probably not because that's probably what's driving your decisions, and not the fact that you're like, there are people, like, I feel like I'm going from a healthy place. Like, hey, I love my body. I love my sexuality. I want to explore my body and explore my sexuality. And I want to learn skills, because there are skills. It is definitely a skill. Not everybody can do it. And people who think they can do it, including myself, have a lot of humbling. Because if you think that anybody can do it, then go try doing an OnlyFans and get back to me in a few months when you have like 2 followers. There, now we get Whirlwind chance to freeze. Okay, now we're at max health stack lost. Okay, and then... yeah, my dodge charges and extra damage. Yeah, everybody, yeah, drugs are a universal problem. It has nothing to do with whatever job position you have. Like, you could be a homeless person under a bridge, you could be at like top level, like Wall Street, like, analyst or whatever the fuck you are that makes like, hedge fund investments and all that kind of shit. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, drugs are just bad. Even marijuana, like, I quit it again, to go on another tolerance break, because it's like, it gets to the point where it's like, it starts influencing me, like, in ways I don't want it to, and, I'm not gonna make this, am I? I had like a very specific plan for this ritual based on like practice from yesterday, and this random loadout was not the plan. I need a heal. I'm not getting any help. Oh no. Yeah, plans hardly survive the first battle. Hopefully we get some, or now we got instant health, but, I put one in Bloodthirst just to have some extra chance for health souls. And I don't know, eventually one day I'm gonna be like wondering why the fuck I was so stressed out. One of these days I'm gonna be like, hey, like, I don't have to worry about anything ever again, because I've set things in place, and I'm building something that I can maintain with basically zero effort. Because it's something that I'm gradually building. It's something that I'm building resilience. I'm building sustainability. I'm building skills that over time they will start to work for me. And all it takes is like just like, you know, keep pushing for that, like those opportunities. And like that's what people don't really understand, because when they look at somebody doing like porn or any kind of like any kind of job that a lot of people have like stigma, not necessarily stigma, but preconceived notions about. Like people are like, oh yeah, you know, you don't want to be a Hollywood actor because look at how miserable they are. They're always going to rehab. It's like, no, that's because of drugs. Like, you know, like all that kind of stuff. Like any kind of job that people assume things about. The only reason they assume those things is because they haven't acclimated themselves to it. To them, it seems impossible. Like, oh, look at how much work they have to do. And it's like, yeah, it looks like a lot of work to you because you're not at their level. But it's just like, if you've ever had your first cup of unsweetened, you know, just black coffee. You know, a lot of people don't like black coffee. They won't drink black coffee for like 30 plus years. And then they finally realize, like, hey, I'm adding all this bullshit, all this sugar, all this other unnecessary bullshit to my coffee. I've never actually learned how to enjoy the coffee itself. And then it's like you start drinking the coffee, it's super bitter, but over the course of like you know, maybe even a few days, but like over the course of like several weeks to months, you start to get really used to it. And then now it's like now you can't stand having anything added to your coffee. Like, that's how things work. That's just how reality works. And it's just so frustrating when you see so many people who aren't successful, by the way, not in the ways they wish they were. They say they're happy, but they're usually not. Most of the time, people are just coping. Most of the time, people are just trying to, like, you know, convince themselves that their choices were the right ones. And I think everybody does that, myself included. I think that's just reality. Is we have a reality that we live with, and we have to make do with it, and whatever that is. And like I think like most people don't really understand, like when you've been doing something for a number of years, it's a lot different than if you just started doing it. So for the uninitiated, something like sex work, for example, seems really really negative. But it's like, hey, like, what about, like, for the person who's very, like, in love with their body and wants to showcase it and has skills that they want to showcase and they love sexuality and, like, they want to make money. Like, first of all, wanting to make money is good enough. Like, I don't care. I mean, if you're willing to do something, that's the end of the story. It should be, in my opinion. I'm not going to psychoanalyze why somebody is doing something. And of course that didn't work, or random. It's okay. It's the first run of the day, and we're talking about some pretty heavy stuff. So you know, I think it's overall, like, you know, I love this game. I think it's a pretty good game to play on stream. Okay, so are we going to get with crit and movement speed? Shiva. And we're going with Treasure Hunter. Okay, now we're gonna do the build that I've been working on specifically for this ritual. We're not fighting for the, you know, like hopefully we can survive to the boss. We're making a build specifically for the boss. And this is the first time. Oh, oops! This is the first time I've done this in this game. This is the first ritual I've gotten to where I can't beat the boss. And we're treating it like Dark Souls. This is what we've been waiting for. This is the moment. This is what the stream. This is the essence of streaming. This is. Yeah, psychoanalyzing people. It does help us understand ourselves better. Okay, so I actually think we need to get this leveled up in time. Barrier needs to be taken care of first. Otherwise, we might not survive to the boss. We need to do the Death Wish one, but we also need Call of the Winter Moon. So it's actually like kind of tricky. Because I gotta survive the ritual, but I also gotta survive I also gotta beat the boss. A lot of it is just mechanics. Like, I'm really bad at the boss mechanics for this ritual. I keep dying just randomly. See, I think obliterate might actually be really important because it's damage to injured, especially in, you know, elites. That'll make the boss easier. This basically needs to be... We're gonna focus on the per life lost abilities. Oh, and dodge charges. And treasure hunter. She put the glasses on. She's serious now, folks. Damn right. Well, I gotta see. Like, this is what happened when I didn't have glasses. I didn't even pick the right class. Like... Okay, I think we could survive with just 2 in Barrier Mastery for now. I think we need to finish out Obliterate. And then call the Winter Moon. And as we get closer to the boss, we need to get Death's Embrace. 5%, it's like, it starts out with 5% per life lost. Because at the boss, we are going to lose lives. And we need to make sure we kill it before we die. This is like a berserker build, okay? We're making it specifically planning to take damage. I've learned this concept from this game. One of my viewers came in and told me about a low life barbarian build. I think we do need to finish out Barrier. I'm taking too much damage. Here we go, Barrier mount. Oh shit, the music. Yeah. Got some good merch ideas. Lowlife Barbarian t-shirt with booty shorts. Let's go. And that's the male version. That's the male outfit. Mark my words. Mark my words. We as a society will hit our stride when more men wear booty shorts and more risque tops. Mark my words. Yeah. Yeah, for real. For real. Yeah, so far so good. Okay, yeah. No, thanks for stopping by. You helped me this morning. Just kind of like, it's kind of what streaming's all about, you know, just like kind of chilling in, popping in whenever you want. It's long form content. It's a little bit different than like, you know, YouTube videos or any other kind of content. It's really something special. I really love streaming. You know, like this real-time engagement is also kind of like, you know, it boosts up my day. I hope it boosts up your day, and I hope you have a great day at work. We get back and, you know, get back to Conquest Dark, though, when you get home. You're going to be thinking about it all day, aren't you? Nah, you got to take care of what you got to take care of. Like, you know, that's pretty much the only thing that should change as you become more of an adult. You know, just more responsibility, but you still, like, you know what you like. But you know, like, not to stay up, like, past your bedtime. Okay, now we're gonna start, like, building up those death stacks. Movement speed and damage taken reduced, and I'm getting Death's Embrace, which is damage increased. Like especially that Falling Comet. Like, that really stacks up. Doing like 100k plus damage and stuff. Don't worry, you can see the VOD later. Do not know not to stay up past bedtime. Yeah, that's something that, like, you know, it's an ongoing process. It's an ongoing process. It's an ongoing process. Is that 1 million damage? I am a cauldron from which a better man might one day emerge, but I am not him. That you are, KG. I believe in you. Nobody else believes in you. I believe in you. Now you have no excuses. You have at least one person who believes in you. You can't use that as an excuse anymore. Damn, damn, damn! Okay, let's just get the obliterate. Okay, here he is. Your world will fall. And he actually means it. See, these things kill me so hard. These things kill me so hard. Ugh. It almost doesn't even matter what build I have. I just need to learn the mechanics. Oh well. Yeah, there you go. That's the right mindset. Don't let other people's judgment of you change your plan. I think that's like when we start failing is when we start like second guessing ourselves and start trying to change things, you know, just because we get panicked. We also need to get a little bit lucky. We didn't get any armor with passives on it. That would have helped a lot. Like, that would have helped a lot if we got armor with passives on it. So we just kind of didn't get very lucky there. Yeah, don't worry, I'll be here probably for another 4 hours trying to beat this boss. Hopefully we get it today. I'm really liking this game, and I'm liking, like, you know, just like streaming isn't about like the game all the time. Like, it's about like, hey, like, it's something to like reinforce like what you're doing. Like, you're reinforcing yourself. It's not really a job. It's like, it's almost like a ritual. Which is exactly what the game is. And like, I do this thing, maybe it's because I'm autistic, maybe because I'm like, I got some mental illness. But regardless of the reason, I have this thing where it's like, I'll be playing a game or watching a TV show or watching a movie or something, or listening to a streamer talk about something, and I'll take it very, like, I'll like internalize. Like, I'll actively like internalize like every single thing that's happening, and I'll reinforce like what I'm thinking about. It's like really important to me to do that. Okay, here we go. We're gonna get freezing vortex. We don't want burst shot. Here we go, whirlwind. Yeah, so like it kind of reinforces like ideas about like your psyche and like about who you are as a person. And like it could easily go both ways. If you're not careful, it can destroy you. And I feel like, you know, it's happened to people, and I'm not talking about money. Seeing like it affects every single person differently, and especially you'll notice it very prominently in like very successful people. Because like what happens is like sometimes you'll see people just destroy themselves, and it's because they're not actively like looking at what their day-to-day is. And like, hey, like every time you have like a toxic belief or a toxic thought, it reinforces all the thoughts that you've had before it. Okay, I kind of want to do critical hit. Let's just do that. I kind of want to do critical hit on my comet. And I thought you had to get ready for work. Yeah. Yeah, and also like this is part of my development is like interacting with chat. You know, I don't have like a super crazy following, but like I treat every single person in my chat as an individual because that's the reality. And like interacting with the chat, even just calling them by names, like I said earlier, looking at the actions rather than the results. The action is that I'm engaging in a very, 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 like I have some personal, I've been doing a lot of research with AI lately, and just like kind of reinforcing or like trying to get like a custom build for myself over like how I do my like routines and stuff like that. And it's been really helpful for like physical fitness. It's a little bit more nebulous when it comes to like you know, social stuff, you know, other stuff I have a lot of difficulty with. Yeah, don't get distracted. Don't lose your job. I don't want to be the reason why you lost your job, KG. I don't want to be the reason. As much as I like engaging with my viewers, like I said, I'm looking at actions rather than results. Like, you know, if it helps you, like, I want you to understand, you don't really mean that much to me. Like, you know, you can be replaced, but you aren't replaceable. If that makes any sense. But like, in the end of the day, I'm just a random person streaming a video game on the internet. You know, I don't want to be the reason. I mean, it doesn't matter what I think. It matters what you think. You know, I don't want to be the reason why your life is worse. You know, I'd rather add to your life. But in the end of the day, it's not my responsibility, it's yours. Just like it's my responsibility to do my goals and my actions. And you know, I have some social deficits, and it's why a lot of my, it's actually really taxing. Like, being lonely is really taxing. And social media is not really a replacement for real life, but I have a lot of difficulties with real life, and I feel like, you know, I'm working on it. And a lot of it is, I think I just, like, you know, because I'm in poverty. Like, a lot of it, if I'm going to be, like, completely real. And I don't know, I just think that, like, when we start like just taking actions and focusing on, like, even the smallest increment, and I think that's, like, really important, is, like, even the smallest increment of, like, hey, calling somebody in your chat by name, that is a positive. It means that I engaged with my chat. Like, yeah, you could say, like, oh, but it doesn't really mean anything. It means a lot. Because, like, that's one, like, it's part of an overall picture. Okay, so we're gonna put crit rate on this. In this, we're gonna go with attack arc. Any new unlocks? Nice. +1 rune slot to random other ability? Do reduce bleed rate? I don't think the bleed rate and stuff matter, because I think that final boss's ability does, like, true damage. Oops. Let's see. More damage to Frozen, I guess. Okay. Start getting this one. Yeah. It took 2 whole life bars. How much damage that did. Let's just upgrade that. These beat Colossus, guys. Yeah, I actually think barrier is a little bit of a trap because it's I think if I'm smart, I can make use of less barrier, and then I can put those levels into additional damage. Or damage to injured, that's really gonna be a big stack. Let's do another obliterate, damage to injured. Push him out of the circle. Okay, Death's Embrace. Now if I can get some additional movement charges or movement recharge. Okay, this is gonna be just do attack reach. Okay, I just need to work on just the mechanics. Over time, I will kill him. I don't need to rush. Okay, let's get a little bit of astral reach. Do I take damage when I'm using my ability through it? My movement ability? Uh-oh. I gotta get through the mechanics. Uh-oh. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, it does jump over it. Okay. Okay, come on. Let's grab that. Get some farming done while we're at it. Oh no! God damn it! I didn't have a movement charge. I got him down to 4 life bars, almost down to 3. Okay. Solar damage. There we go. Extra lunar damage. There we go. Yeah, I think barrier mastery is a little bit of a trap. I think there's a skill gap, and I don't think barrier matters at all for the final boss's ability. Now barriers, I mean, when you're doing arena, you want to do barrier for sure. Okay, let's get quick strike or arcane orbs. And movement charge recharge with quick strike. Come on, there it is. Wait, coffee. Oh no, it's water. Fuck water. Get coffee. And, you know, we might, go for a marathon today, so it depends on a few things. Let's just get this one for now. It's gonna stack later. I don't want to waste my rerolls. Okay, here. Damage taken reduced per life loss with spike balls. But I still don't know if any of that matters for the boss's ability, because I think I'm pretty sure that's true damage. And, we might be a lot safer with teleport, but I don't know. Something about the comet just is so much damage. Oops. What's up, Arvind? I saw you on my recommend. Well, nice. We're just playing some Conquest Dark, chilling. How you doing, my friend? How you doing? I'm just like really getting my day started. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, usually the days that I'm for sure streaming. I have started earlier. I usually start at 8 o'clock, but I try to start earlier than that. Because I just get my day started, really just like solidify like what, like my, you know, like my daily tasks of like getting up, being prepared, doing something. It doesn't even matter what I'm doing. Like I said, I could literally be playing a stupid video game that doesn't really have any real, like, you know, direct results in my life. But you know, it's like the daily activity, and like I'm reinforcing like my other like surrounding activities. I'm like a whole ass person. Okay. And so like, I'm not just one thing. And so it's like when you think about like your holistic day, like my breakfast, like how am I going to, my diet, like my nutrition, my exercise, like how am I going to organize my thoughts? I don't want my thoughts to get too chaotic because they can lead me towards depression and anxiety. So like there's all sorts of things like that. And I'm really enjoying this game. It's a fun game. Okay, so we need a hood or head. This, we already have spike balls, but it gives us another movement charge. But this is damage taken, reduced per life lost, which I still don't think matters. But this gives us execute. Oh, here we go. Barrier amount and chance to freeze with execute. There we go. Like, I mean, wearing like an executioner's hood. Stay safe. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Aravind. Definitely welcome here. And you matter. You added value to today's stream. Let's go with Call of the Winter Moon. Staying positive. We be positive. We be positive. And here we go in this one. Here we go. That'll really scale. Reduce bleed. Mirror damage and critical damage. Ooh, but it gave it to my sword. I wish they gave it to my comment. Now I just need my extra artifact to give the mega crit. And we could see some, like, insane damage. Insane! Absolutely insane! It's insane what's going on! Oh my god. Dude, Seer is so funny. Okay, let's go with, we need our primal power. We need barrier or lunar damage. Yeah, let's go with damage. Let's go with barrier recharge. And this. $500k damage. Oh my god. Okay. And we haven't even started the Death Embrace stack. Movement charge, recharge. Here we go. Let's see. All damage. Okay, here he is. Why didn't I put that one in first? Oh shit. Gotta position myself properly and I'll be fine. Just like in real life. Don't rush for extra damage. Go for survivability. Okay, here's the armor drop. Chance to freeze. Slow and steady. Oh, does he damage his own attack? Every time he does that, does it kill those? No, it doesn't. Oh shit, I might actually do it this time. I think we figured out the mechanics. That's all that was really missing. Just like in real life. I'm just missing one thing. It's really important. I'm just missing the mechanics. Car mechanics. If you really think about it, I don't really know how to do, like, dealing with people who are gonna, like, you know, price gouge and all those kind of, like, that's actually, like, a skill I lack. Like, being able to, like, manipulate people. It's really hard for me. Because I feel like it's evil. But it's not. It's just part of life. Because another thing that was burned into me from early okay, we need to be careful. We're talking about early childhood. We need to, like, focus on this boss. This Doombringer. Holy shit, we got him! We're still not done with the ritual? Okay, we need barrier mastery. Holy shit. We better finish this. Is there another boss? But we finally beat the boss. Nobody will ever take that away from me. You saw it happen on stream. Nobody can ever take that away from me. We beat the boss at least once. I see that as an accomplishment. Progress, not perfection. Like, everybody always talks about that, but then it's like, when it actually comes into practice, everybody suddenly forgets about it. What game is this? This is Conquest Dark. It is now in early access on Steam, on sale for $9.99. Very, very, very good game. You get to be an active part of the game's development. It's already super fucking amazing. I love this game. I've been playing it for like a week straight now. Yeah, we did it! We did it! We did it! We completed the ritual. Now we get upgrade armor rarity. Now I can spend rerolls to upgrade the rarity. That's important. Artifact selection as an additional selection. Yeah, so then less rerolls. And we got a new location. So we have a new ritual to do. Awesome. And we got additional soul fragments can now drop from random enemies and have an increased chance to drop from elites and bosses. Drop chance rare. Okay, holy shit, we did it. We actually did it. Let's increase the chance for rare items. And let's go upgrade some abilities. First of all, let's get our hunter's bow upgraded to level 10. This is level 10. This is level 10. This is level 10. I don't really play hunter, but like, let's finish up Frostfall to level 10, and then let's get freezing vortex. Well, actually, let's get falling comet level 10 first. Freezing vortex level 8. Has additional rune slots now. We have 27 out of 27 runes now. So we've unlocked every single rune. Now we just need to upgrade them all to level 10. Or however much they level up. We need two more artifacts. Eye of the Berserker. The primary attacks now deal 1,000% of their normal damage. Oh, the bonus is reduced by 250% for each power of passive ability you have. So you have to use, if you do this, you have to use a lower level. You might not want to level all your passives. You want to have a level 0 passive for a Berserker build. That's pretty interesting. Streaming your job? No. I get SSI and I'm a content creator on the internet. No one wants to watch. No, it's not that no one wants to watch. Is that you have to think about it this way. I'm going to give you a prime example. Amazon Prime. Twitch Prime. Let me just, maybe I shouldn't do this, but let me just open up Twitch for you. This is streaming. Twitch is the #1 streaming platform for live streaming. You're on YouTube, but I'm going to use Twitch to illustrate this point. So let's go to the browse category. Let's go to a popular game like World of Warcraft. In fact, let's just let's go to one with a smaller amount of viewers. Actually, let's go to League of Legends. If you look,
fight, and I was able to survive.
Okay, be quiet. I'm sorry, but be quiet. If you look at here, it usually says recommended for you. Okay, but still. If you scroll down here, all these streams look exactly the same. It's just a basic psychological fact. How do we, let's just go into this, turn that off. Let's go search from, you know, normally you think viewers high to low. This is also like, you look at the people with 20,000 viewers, etc. They're all at the top. They're kingmakers. And you need to understand that, like, if you have a lot of viewers, you're going to make more viewers, because you have to also realize it's not just about viewers. It's that there's a reason why those viewers are there in the first place, and there's a reason why they're staying there, and there's a reason why they're coming back. Now that is all stuff you can control somewhat, but if you just look at the numbers, 20,000 viewers, it drops down significantly to like 3,000 viewers, 1,000. By the time you get to like people like me, you scroll down for like hours. Hopefully I don't get anything. Hopefully nobody gets me banned. A lot of VTubers. Hopefully nobody's preview gets me banned. I have a 3-second, panic mode, but panic button. If you look, like, if you go down to even like, you see how far we had to scroll down to get to like 15 viewers? And now, like, keep scrolling down, you're not gonna get to like the 1 to 2 viewers. Not like, most people are not going to find you. And yeah, YouTube does it a little differently, but YouTube is also not doing it too well because they don't understand how to. Maybe they're getting better. The fact that you found my channel. At the same time, though, you have to understand that live performance, if people don't know you show up, they're not going to show up. Like, yeah, of course you showed up, and a few random people have showed up over the course of the past couple of years for me. But you have to understand, it's not if you build it, they will come. You have to, it is, but you have to change your definition of what you're building. You're not building your stream, you're building yourself. And if you build yourself, then more people are going to work with you, more people are going to know who you are. Like, if you build on YouTube, making actually good YouTube videos, not like me. I'm just streaming because I enjoy streaming and it helps me build myself up. And it's gotten me through some very, very, very difficult times in my life these past couple of years. It got me to where I am today. I finished all my, surgeries. I used to have a penis. I don't like saying that. It's gonna run. That part of my streaming persona is gonna disappear eventually. I feel like I'm like kind of weaning it out. Like, I would prefer not to constantly remind people that I'm trans. But like, it did get me through transgender surgeries, which if you've ever like even, researched those, they're really difficult to get. And like, it pushed me through all of it. So it's like streaming built me up. It built me up. It doesn't really build up your job though, unless you already have a job where people know where to find you. Like if you're a YouTuber, if you do porn, ... which is kind of what I'm pursuing. But I'm not quite there yet. And, until then, streaming isn't really going to count as a job for me. And I don't like to think of it as a job. I like to think of it as an activity. And I also don't like to think of anything as like a job in the first place. I just want to think about overall income. Because I have monthly income from SSI, but I also get, food stamps. But I can use that as a starting point to then upgrade, to the point where I can earn enough money to not need those anymore. Thanks, Mama. That's my mama. What was it? There was like an old TV show. It's like, that's my mama. And then there was like, what was it? Mama's Family or whatever. Hey, Mama. People generally, you have to think about your, like the psychology of like why somebody would want to watch a stream. It's because they want to support the creator, not necessarily because like, maybe they're entertaining, but you can be the most entertaining person possible, but most people are not even going to see you. So like you'd be better off like, making TikToks or making like YouTube shorts. Or doing like another kind of job, like if you're like, a lot of people do really well on TikTok because they're like an expert, like a doctor or a nurse or a surgeon or some kind of like, profession that most people don't do, like a very highly skilled profession. Like sometimes people do really well because they have an actual expertise that people will then see that person as a source of information. And like, you have to understand that, you know, like a lot of the reason why people come to watch a stream or even to watch a video is because they trust in the person who's making the video. And trust is not just one thing. It's like, you know, if you make someone laugh, that's built trust. You have to build trust that this person is going to, you know, make me laugh. There's so many factors at play that you can't control them. You can only control yourself. And so if you can control yourself, if you like streaming, then keep streaming. But if you want to treat streaming like a job, you should quit. Until it's actually viable. Like if you were Taylor Swift, okay? If you were Taylor Swift, you could start live streaming on Twitch right now with like 400,000 viewers, at least. You don't need to build your stream, you need to build you. And that's like the core principle that everybody who's thinking about getting into streaming needs to understand. You're not building up your stream, you're building up yourself. And because, you know, if you build it, they will come. Giggity. Yeah. Especially if it's on Pornhub. Zareth on, the Eye of Carnage. An eternal crimson storm encircles the peak, carrying eerie chants and distant screams on the wind. Those who stand here feel unseen eyes upon them, as the primordial of gore waits for her next offering. This encounter is hard. You are not expected to beat it with the currently available power in the game. Oh shit! We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. What are we gonna do it with? Let's do it with Acolyte. Treasure Hunter. Oh my god. What is going on? Prepare for the ritual? It hasn't even started yet, and we're already preparing. Yeah, cultist pants +1. Rarity up. Yeah, there we go. Rarity up. We got 648 rolls for this one. Yeah. You know, I think I actually screwed up though. We'll see. I should be getting like +2 everything. Yeah, we should just actually like... Here, let's actually abandon. Let's try this again. I didn't realize this one was basically like... This is like a test one. So we're going to really try to min-max this one. Not trying to hit on you or anything. You look good. Well, thank you. I know I look good. And no, I'm used to it. Don't worry. In fact, it makes me the most money. I have a skill that most people don't have, which is the ability to take a compliment. Which is a weird thing to say. But the ability to take a compliment is actually like extremely like high value. Okay, so now we don't need to do Treasure Hunter. We need to go min-max. We need to actually do a build. Now we could wear heavy armor now. Or do barrier mount. Yeah, let's do Veteran of the War. Now we're... Oh. Yeah, Conjured Blade. Yeah, we only get so many chances, so we're gonna rarity up, and we're gonna look for +2. Oh, unless we get something really nice. Golden chainmail bottom. No. Yeah, let's go with Zarkashian. Dodge charges, golden chainmail with quick strike. We already have Sigil of Flames. This one gives. We already have quick strike. Here, let's get global damage, chance for rare items. Here we go. Barrier recharge, attack reach, and arcane orbs. Increased proc chance. And now we're going with Band of Primal Power. Frostman Pendant. Okay, Rune Imbibement. This one needs to be, give it an attack arc. And then, well, I guess we're finishing out the Conjured Blade first. It's an attack chance. And we're going to save that for Frostfall. Increased effectiveness of Sun Runes. I guess those are just extra. Yeah, those don't really matter. Here. Oh, we could have saved them. I'm stupid. Or maybe it doesn't start until you use them all anyway. Am I stupid or what? Here, let's try this again. We need to do this right. Oh yeah, thanks for stopping by, Aravind. Yeah, lunar damage and all resistances, that seems good. Okay. Plus. There we go. Already got Sigil of Flames. But oh well. Arcane Orbs and Barrier Recharge, crit damage, okay. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this level up first. Okay, what do I want for these? This is a Greater Soul Fragment. Let's go. Movement speed per life lost. We're doing Falling Comet. And oops, why are we doing block? Okay, and then Barrier Mastery. Death's Embrace. Death's Embrace. Death's Embrace. Barrier Recharge Rate. Okay, now here we go. This needs to be attack reach. This needs to be crit. Crit damage. And damage increase per life lost. This needs to be chance to freeze. Projectile amount. And damage to frozen. Attack arc. I don't know if this affects other runes, but let's see. One random rune to another slot. Oh, it just did the same. Oh, Frostfall. Here we go. Eldritch. Increased effectiveness of moon runes. Increased effectiveness of sun runes. Okay, and then artifacts. Cross Moon Pendant and Band of Primal Power. Is this going to be a boss fight? Oh, another armor. Breastplate. I think this is gonna be a boss fight. We gotta summon it. Oh shit. It is. Oh shit. We need to get some levels, don't we? Oh, do these not give levels? Oh shit, this is crazy. Yikes. Now this is a challenge. We might need to cap out everything. Oh, we have an extra shard. Yeah, we might need to farm a bit. Level up all these altars of power and all that shit. Holy shit. Well, let's start with Scorching Wastes. And let's start with Barbarian. We need to cap out every single faction. So we're in farming mode. I don't think we're going to be able to take the boss without farming everything. And leveling up every single thing we can possibly think of. So we got a goal. We got a farm. Oh shit, we need this song to be playing at louder volume for this. what's up, One Gun? How you doing? But you were lurking. I caught ya. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Is that bad? Yeah, it says users joined. One gun grave. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Okay, this needs to be converted to lunar damage. And then chance to freeze with lure damage. Yeah, we're basically farming now. We found a boss fight that we cannot beat right now. And so it's going to be probably several days worth of farming. Oh, you do it all the time? Oh, you stream? I don't think you've ever mentioned you stream before. When did you start streaming, One Gun? I'll have to give your stream a look. I think you did mention you. Now I'm kind of remembering. I think you did. I did check out your stream before. Maybe I'm not sure. You play Red Dead Redemption, if I recall. I'm not really sure. I'm sorry if I just completely just butchered it. Monster Hunter Wilds every night at 7 p.m. Central. We'll have to give you a check. I'll have to give you a check. No, I can't give you a check, but I can check you out. Check you out. Look at you going, playing Monster Hunter Wilds. I think I have. Oh, you were the one who got me that game, weren't you? Oh, no, someone got me the game. Was it you? I'm just so, like, beyond even, like, having any brain power whatsoever. Someone gave me Monster Hunter Wilds. There's someone on Discord. Instant attack. I don't have any more rerolls. Yeah, so we're basically in just long-term farming mode right now because we cannot beat that boss. We need to unlock, like, we need to level up all of our abilities. We need to skill up all the factions, all the altars. We need to farm. So we're gonna have to play Barbarian for a while until it's capped. I think level 25 is the cap. Okay, we need some more rerolls. Already got this one. Yeah. Additional movement speed. It wasn't me. On camera. Picture this, we were both buck naked, ran on a rain car. Wasn't me. It was totally you. Probably. You know, I'm a hoe with class. We all caught you. Well, I mean, we had like lights set up and like a camera and multiple cameras actually, so I think I wanted to be caught. More primal resistance. Hug and ugh. Hug and ugh. It's not called hoeing if you have a production crew. It's called art. Yes. Exactly. But I'm still a hoe. Like, but I have standards. Kind of cancels it out. Yeah, because I'm like kind of like, I mean, I don't want to get like depressed or everything, but like I kind of like am extremely lonely. Like extreme loneliness. I don't know, that'll all change. I think I just need to get, you know, all my resources together, which I've been doing, so I'm just patiently waiting, which is why I'm playing this game and trying to just focus on like positive actions and trying to like, you know, your actions over time, like always like, you know, has like incremental progress. And like every single day that we do something, no matter how small, is like a step towards that, you know, goal. We're gonna need resilience. Attacker. Okay, we're gonna need some berserker barrage. And no, I'm not where I'm at. Where I'm not even like, I'm getting closer and closer every time I go out into the world and try to advocate for myself. I'm getting closer to where I need to be, but I'm not where I need to be. Like, I want to be like, you know, connected with like, you know, like photographers and people who can find me opportunities. Like, there's so many things I still need. And it's really kind of frustrating that it's not really there yet. And it's just like, hey, but slow down. Like, one day it's all going to be there and you're going to have it all. And why are you in such a rush? You know, but I guess there's a lot of stuff at stake, you know. I really do feel like I'm wasting my life. You know, every time that... The longer things take, the longer things feel like I'm missing out on life, you know? Like, because I don't have the opportunities, because I don't have the resources, and I'm just like trying to figure out a way to get those resources, and that's a good mindset to have when you're trying to problem solve. You know, instead of crying about everything, which I do cry, but like I do make progress too. I'm not just crying. Like, I cry because I have emotions because I'm human. Human! Uh-oh. We might want to just farm arena, but I kind of want to do these sun blessed ones. It goes to tier 5. Uh-oh. Well, we actually got her. More movement speed. Buttmancer. Damage taken reduced per life lost. And I died. Oh well. Okay, we need to get a lot more... See, Band of the Lion. Level 25 is the maximum faction level. So we need 4 more faction levels for Barbarian. We need a lot more of the red gems. Let's actually just do the arena. It does give less faction XP, but I think because it's infinite, it'll give us a bit of an easier farm. Gaynor. Okay, Carisha. Treasure Hunter, because it's arena. You need extra Treasure Hunter. Gotta collect all those cards. And we're basically just gonna cap out every single ability. And then we're gonna play that boss fight and test out every single build we can. Because it allows you to fully level up your character in that boss fight. Pretty much. Not fully level, but... Okay. There we go. Yeah, 31.88% chance to stun with Whirlwind. farming. Oops. Damage increased per life loss. Let's go. And finish out Rampage. And Resilience. Let's get Quick Strike. Damage increased per life lost. Resilience. Yeah, Berserker Rage. Berserker Barrage. As we get closer to less life bars, we'll then put another in Resilience, but I think Berserker Rage for now because attack speed, and we should get Bloodthirst capped out for attack speed. first. There we go. I got 3 more runes on Seismic Slam. The music. Okay, Cat Berserker Rage. Okay. Just gonna be leveling all these up. Health regen. Dodge charges. XP. Okay, resilience. Now we need to finish out Bloodthirst and Primal Strength. We're almost level 22 barbarian faction. We're only on wave 16. Our best is 26. So hopefully we can do better. Let's just start with finishing up primal strength. Movement speed. Okay, chance to stun or global damage. Healing soul. Do all damage. Yeah, let's just do extra primal damage. We haven't even lost any health bars yet, so our damage is like still not even like where it should be. So I have a rune. Okay, and we're gonna skip Giant's Reach because I already have, like, you know, soul fragments for that. We're just gonna start going with unlimited power now. Yeah, just damage to frozen. Alright, we're level 22 faction. I don't know when that happened, but it happened. Yeah, we don't need that, but let's get unlimited power. Movement speed and all that. Against the stun. Let's get more health regeneration and attract soul range. Just more global damage. BJ. we get to level 69 unlimited power, I'm gonna give someone a BJ. Now 75% is already max. We're already at 75%. So we want primal damage. Oh shit, and now there's mechanics. Oh. Get a dodge charge. More movement speed. Extra movement charge. It's getting silly. It's getting silly. Oh shit, soul fragment. We're almost at max crit. Get more movement speed and chance to stun. All damage. Watch out for the mechanics. All these people trying to, like, you know, sell you upholstery insurance. I tried to be funny, okay? We're still at 7 lives, so we haven't even gotten our full damage. Movement speed and attack speed. We're on wave 26. Are we gonna get 27? Let's just cap out our crit rate. Now every hit is a critical. And this is just getting crazy stupid. We're finally did our best ever. 27. We're on wave 27. Are we gonna go to 69? Why 69, you might ask? If you have to ask. Extra crit damage. Focus on crit damage because the more when I start losing life bars, I'm gonna cap out movement speed and attack speed and damage increase. Well, I don't know where damage caps. I guess if we get enough levels of unlimited power, we'll find out. We're on wave 28. We're doing good. We still have 7 life bars. We're not even at full damage. From Berserker. We be farming. We be farming. This is how to farm. This is the game. Like... Oh, we need this music. We took a health bar, so we're gonna have increased damage, increased resilience. Starting to lose health bars. So there goes our damage increased. Oh no, there it is. Oh. We got 349 lost soul coins. 66 corrupted, I'm just gonna call them red souls. Soul stones. Got 66 soul stones. 4 primordial soul coins. We got faction level to 23, almost level 20, 22 to almost level to 23. Leveled up 2 runes. Okay, I think I'm good for another run. But let's yeah, let's get Barbarian to level 23 at least. Oh, no, no. Our best is now 33. Yeah, we're getting to just finishing up our early leveling.
That's crazy.
The stacking of Zaladon. Okay. Yeah, we're starting to get to the wire here. Oh, we hit level 23 on the faction. Yeah, going with barrier mount. Oh. Ah. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, we got to wave 35 this time. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, let's level some stuff up, and I think I have to call it a day. What is health? Okay, now we need to think about the next thing to level. First of all, let's cap out Whirlwind. Leap is not capped. Okay. Freezing Vortex. Yeah, you also want to level up all the other passives, even if you don't really play the other classes. You're going to play all of them, by the way, so... all the classes... They have factions, and so... Primal damage increases every 1.25% per level. We're at level 23. Lunar damage from Acolyte. Resist piercing from Hunter. Solar damage from Oath Keeper. And... thief. Chance for rare items. Okay. Just for fun, let's see where my barbarian is currently at. And what we need is... barrier, probably. Yeah, let's get the barrier. And Slayer's Blade. Five pieces of armor. There's all going to be increased rarity. And let's see what we need. Find +2. Aura of Soul. And damaged, injured. What set do we want? Freezing Vortex, movement, recharge, crit damage, yeah. Execute. Spike balls and set bonus. Set bonus, concentrated shot, an extra dodge charge. Okay, now we need a silver. Oh, maybe not. Chance to stun. Counter throw. Okay, and then the levels. Not Frostfall. Oh. Seismic Slam. Where was it? I just saw it. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so this is going to be crit chance. Damage increase per life lost. Crit damage. This is going to be we already have freezing vortex. So let's make it solar damage. Chance to burn. Let's do this one. Attack reach. Chance to stun. Damage to stunned. Damage to burning. Extra primal damage. I don't know if this only attaches to the attached thing, but we're just gonna do it anyway, just because I don't think anything else matters. Extra Slayer's Blade. It's an attack chance. Or attack arc. We're not doing hordes of enemies. Artifact, Primal Power, and Edge of Darkness. There we go. Now let's see where this one leads us this time. Played Acolyte last time. Now we're playing Barbarian on the... This is like Dark Souls level boss. Yeah, we are not leveled up enough to be able to do this. Yep. 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 Okay. Wow, I think today was a really productive stream, you guys. I think so. Got my day started. And I got stuff to take care of today. Just gotta like keep fighting every single day. Thanks for the follow, TW Latkin 68. Sorry, I missed that 52 minutes ago. I'm slow as fuck. We're just kind of like, gotta take care of like, you know, the dailies. Gotta take care of stuff today. I will be back tomorrow morning and we will be farming. I am kind of playing World of Warcraft on my own time, and lately I've been actually kind of just not even using my computer at all, as much as possible. Like I'll spend like 20 minutes just like sitting in silence, no music, no nothing, just to reset. You know, we only have like so much we can do every day, and we don't want to overload ourselves. Anyway, I am, you know, just hanging in there, like really just waiting for all the shit to just be organized, and nothing I do will make it any faster. So I need to just focus on the here and now, and focus on like, you know, the daily stuff. You know, probably go do a basketball workout, you know, get those shoulders rolling, you know, like doing the doing the basketball, doing free throws and doing exercise movement. Okay, it's all fun. Bye, chat.